Hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday to you today. Happy, beautiful Sunday. Okay, I guess I can also wish you happy Easter. Yes, we are still, somehow in the month of April, we are still celebrating Easter. So since we've not had the opportunity to wish each other happy Sunday, so happy Easter. So let me use this opportunity to wish you all happy Easter and to say that it is so good to see you all again today. Of course, I've missed you all. I've missed this show. And I'm sure that those that joined the last edition of this show, they had a wonderful time. Okay, so today is another wonderful and powerful edition of the Promote Gospel Trivia Show. My name is Toluwalope Toluwase, and I am your host as always. And I hope you are ready to win tonight. Okay, all right. So just before we start, rolling in the questions, let me just share with you a few important information that you need to know, especially for the sake of those that are joining us for the first time, and to also refresh the memory of those that have been existing with us. Let's just share it. Okay, all right. So we have 20 questions to be asked here tonight. 20 questions, 23 seconds to answer each question before the question rolls off your screen. All right, so to answer each question, you type in the comment section 1, 2, 3 or 4. So if your answer falls as option 1, you pick 1. If it's option 2, you pick 2. If it's 3, you pick 3. And if it is 4, you pick 4. So you type 1, 2, 3 or 4. And please, it is important to know that you can only type in your answer once. Retracting of messages is not allowed. Please don't retract any message. Type in your answer just once per question. If you retract a message, it can get you disqualified. So please don't retract any message. Alright, 23 seconds to answer. Make sure you answer correctly. Make sure you answer pretty fast. Alright, and don't say anything other than your answer as soon as the question starts rolling in. Anything other than your answer, please do not type in there except your answer. All right, welcome to all our new participants, and I say good to see you again, our existing participants. I want to wish you all the best. I hope to see that you win. All right, are you ready? A 60 seconds countdown is about to start now, and after that the questions start rolling in. Let's go. All right, the countdown has begun. Are you ready? "45 seconds to go. Just relax. It's going to be a good time, trust me. You have less than 30 seconds to go. Alright. Less than 20 seconds to go. Now we have less than 15 seconds to go. And we are at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Our first question comes rolling in now. Complete this portion of John 8:19. Jesus answered, "Ye neither know me nor my Father. If you had known me, you should have worshipped, rejoiced, known whence I came, known my Father also." What would be your answer to this? John 8:19, Jesus answered, "Ye neither know me nor my Father. If ye had known me, ye would have worshipped, rejoiced, known whence I came, known my Father also." It's computing the answers now. What would your answer be? I'm hoping it's the right one. Okay, we have our answer out. Known my Father also. known my Father also. Yes, here Jesus was speaking to the Pharisees who were, doubting him and asking him who his Father was. And he answered them that they don't know him, neither do they know his Father, because if they know him, they would have known his Father also. This you can find in John chapter 8, verse 19. John chapter 8, verse 19. Over and over, Jesus had to prove to the Pharisees, that and the Jews that he was sent from above and he is Jesus, the Messiah. And thankfully, his death proved that. All right, moving on to the next question now. Are you ready? In what book is the following verse found? For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Genesis, Exodus, 1 Timothy, 1 Corinthians. In what book is the following verse found? For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Genesis, Exodus, 1 Timothy, 1 Corinthians. Question is going. 1 second to go. And it is gone. It's computing the answer now. I hope you've typed in your answer and I hope you typed it correctly. I hope you also did fast. All right. I'm rooting for everybody tonight. But of course, just 3 people can win. All right, we have our answer. 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy, yes. It says, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. That is in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10 to 15. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10 to 15. Yes. All right. You can read that. You can read that. That's where we can find this verse. For God made Adam first, and afterwards he made Eve. 1 Timothy chapter 2 from verse 10 to 15. But this verse particularly, you can find it there. All right. In a few seconds, we are moving on to the next question. Where did Peter say he was writing from in 1 Peter? Jerusalem, Ephesus, Corinth, Babylon. Where did Peter say he was writing from in 1 Peter? Jerusalem, Ephesus, Corinth, Babylon. Question is going. Yeah, it's computing the answers now. Where did Peter say? All right, we have our answer. Babylon. Babylon. Peter was writing from Babylon in 1 Peter. Yes, here he was writing a short letter with the help of Silas. You can find that in 1 Peter chapter 5. And you can start to read it from verse 12 to 14. Yes, he wrote this short letter to the people, and he was commending Silas also as a faithful brother and encouraging them in the grace of the Lord. And he was also sending greetings to them from the sister church where he was in Babylon, and also from his son Mark. All right. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 12 to 14. Okay, the question is gone. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Can be found where in the Bible? Proverbs 2:8, Proverbs 12:14, Proverbs 11:14, Proverbs 10:14. Where there is no counsel, or where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Can be found in Proverbs 2:8, Proverbs 12:14, Proverbs 11:14, Proverbs 10:24. All right, it's computing the answer. We should be having our answer in a bit. Okay, Proverbs 11:14. Proverbs 11:14 says, where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Proverbs 11:14. We all know that the book of Proverbs is full of words of wisdom, and here is one of it. Where there is no counsel, the people fall. Where people are allowed to, live their life just as they want, as they think it, just as they want. Yeah, there's a very likely possibility that you fall. But in the multitude of counselors, the right counselors, or of course, there is safety. If you're also in the multitude of the wrong counselors, I'm sorry, you might still fall. Next question. How many kings did the Israelites kill to claim the land the Lord had given them? 7, 31, 2, 144. How many kings did the Israelites kill to claim the land the Lord has given them? 7, 31, 2, 144. Computing the answers now. I know we all know that it was a whole lot for the Israelites, to claim the land that God promised them. God promised them the land. He promised to support them, but they were the one that still had to fight the battle. Okay, we have our answer. 31. Yeah, the Israelites killed 31 kings to claim the land the Lord gave them. That is in Joshua chapter 12. And you can find that list from verse 7. Yes, that list from verse 7. We have the king of Jericho, the king of Ai, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, Eglon, Giza, Debir. There are a whole lot. I hope I'm getting the pronunciations well. Gedar, Homan, Arad, Libnah. Okay, my time is almost up and the next question will soon be here. You can read it, Joshua chapter 12, verse 7 to 24. 31 in all. Next question. Where is the most popular Easter parade held each year? New York, Los Angeles, London, California. The most popular Easter parade, where is it held each year? The most popular. New York, Los Angeles, London, California. It's still the Easter season, so permit these questions. Let's see how much you know about Easter and some history that comes with it. It's computing the answers now. New York, Los Angeles, London, California. We have our answer. New York. That is where the most popular parade is held each year. Of course, we know that it is held, different places all over the world, but the most popular, the oldest, the grandest, and the most famous is the one that is usually held in New York. Yes, it's popularly known as the Easter Parade and Bonnet Festival. Yeah, the tradition dates back to the 1870s, and people are always keen on on showing off their creative hearts. Yes, bonnet, their creative hearts. Yes. All right, next question. The Easter Parade and Bonnet Festival, still on that, is usually celebrated on which of these days? Palm Sunday, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. Yeah. So still on the Easter Parade and Bonnet Festival, usually celebrated in New York, the grandest one of it all, the most famous. Which one of these days is it usually celebrated? Computing the answer. Easter Sunday. Yes, it's usually celebrated on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday. That's the day that our Lord is risen from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yes. And it begins near the St. Patrick's Cathedral around the 49th Street up to the 57th Street, the 5th Avenue. I've never been there, but at least one day when I am there, they tell me this is the 5th Avenue. I can say, oh yeah, this is where the Easter Parade, takes place. So here it is. If you didn't know that before, now you know it. Easter Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right, next question. Question number 8. How old did a widow have to be before she was put on the list of widows? How old did a widow have to be before she was put on the list of widows? Over 60. Over 60. According to the Bible, yeah. Over 60. So younger widows are encouraged, to remarry and have children. But as soon as you are over 60, you can be put on the list of widows, and you can all right, we're moving on to the next question in a few seconds. Question number 9, coming up right about now. What was Lebanon known for in Bible times? What was Lebanon known for in Bible times? Silver and gold, purple cloth, fair women, cedar trees. What was Lebanon known for in Bible times? Silver and gold, purple cloth, fair women, cedar trees. Computing the answers. Cedar trees. Yes, Lebanon was known for cedar trees in Bible times. They were considered to be the first of trees. According to 1 Kings chapter 4 verse 33. They were considered to be the first of trees. The Bible also described them as strong and durable, graceful and beautiful, high and tall, fragrant and spreading wide. So it was known for good things, and they were also known to be resistant to rot, insects, no nuts, and producing straight lumber. Right. Cedars of Lebanon. Next question. If an Israelite bought a Hebrew slave, what did God say should happen to that slave in the 7th year? Sold again, set free, offer sacrifices, allowed to marry. This happened to be one of the rules that accompanied the 10 commandments that were given to the Israelites in the Old Testament. So if an Israelite bought a Hebrew slave, what did God say should happen to that slave in the 7th year? Okay, set free. Set free. The Hebrew slave has to be set free in the 7th year. He can only work with his master for 6 years, and in the 7th year set free. Yes, and that is in Exodus chapter 21 from verse 1. You can read about it from verse 1. Yes, set free. If he was bought single, then he has to leave, he has to be freed single, as a single person. And if while he was a slave, he got married, in the 7th year, only him can be freed. His wife and children remains the slave of his master. But he can decide that he loves his family and decide to continue as a slave forever. Okay, moving on. What did Jesus tell the blind man in Bethsaida after healing him? To not go into town, tell the Pharisees, sin no more, make an offering. What did Jesus tell the blind man in Bethsaida after healing him? Not to go into town, tell the Pharisees, sin no more, make an offering. Computing the answers. All right. He was expected, or he was told, not to go back into town. He was told not to go back into town. That is in Mark chapter 8 and from verse 22. Here Jesus and the disciples arrived at Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man to Jesus to heal. They begged him to touch the man and heal him. And Jesus took that blind man by the hand and led him out of the village, put some spit on his face, asked him if, if he can see anything. He said yes, he can see people, but they looked like trees. It wasn't clear. And Jesus touched his face again. And after that, he was healed. And Jesus told him not to go back into the village. And yes, that was instruction Jesus gave him. So obviously, I want to believe that his ailment was, linked to that village he was in. Next question. The second bad news Job received was the loss of his sheep and shepherds, children, camels and servants, animals and farm hands. The second bad news Job received was the loss of his sheep and shepherds, children, camels and servants, animals and farm hands. Computing the answers now. We all know the story of Job. He received, news, several times, all in one day, of the loss of everything he ever had. We have an answer. Sheep and shepherds. That's the answer. The second bad news Job received was the loss of his sheep and shepherds. That's in Job chapter 1 from verse 13. Yeah. The first news he received was the loss of his animals and farm hands. And the second news he received was the loss of his sheep and shepherds. The third one he received was the loss of his camels and servants. And the last one he received was the loss of his children and, property. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Job chapter 1 from verse 13. Question number 13 now. Which day of Holy Week is to honor the Last Supper? Palm Sunday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday. Which day of Holy Week is to honor the Last Supper? Palm Sunday, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday. Question is going, it's gone now, it's computing the answers. I want to believe you're having a wonderful time out there and you're rooting for yourself to win. I'm rooting for you all. Alright, we'll be having an answer in a bit now. Holy Thursday. Holy Thursday is the day of the Holy Week to honor the Last Supper. Yes, it's also known as the Great Thursday, the Covenant Thursday, and it commemorates the washing of the feet of the apostles by Jesus Christ and the eating of the Last Supper. Yes, establishing the Holy Communion prior to his arrest and crucifixion. The Holy Thursday is to honor the Last Supper. Now you know it. Now you know it. Now you know it. Good Friday, we all know what Good Friday is all about. It's the day Jesus was crucified. And the Holy Thursday is the day before that. Next question. What flower is associated with Easter? Sunflowers, roses, lilies, daisies. Which one of these flowers is associated with Easter? Sunflowers, roses, lilies, daisies. Alright, the question will soon be out. Have you written your answer? Computing the answers now. Computing the answers. Alright, lilies. Lilies, that's the flower associated with Easter. One of the flowers, but lily is the major one. It's part of the group they call the white Easter flowers. And because lilies symbolizes purity and innocence, and for Christians, purity and innocence is associated with Christ. Yeah. So lily is a flower associated with Easter. And of course, we all know that lily also has religious significance in the Bible because it was mentioned, in the Old and the New Testament. It addresses the lilies with beauty and splendor. Next question. For what qualities did Paul thank the Colossians? Kindness and gentleness, hope and mercy, generosity and hospitality, faith and love. Question 15. We have 5 more questions to go. What qualities did Paul thank the Colossians? Kindness and gentleness, hope and mercy, generosity and hospitality, faith and love. It's computing the answers. All right, we have our answer, faith and love. Faith and love, we see in Colossians chapter 1, verse 3 to 6. Yes, when Paul was thanking the Colossians and giving thanks to them because of the news he has heard about their faith in Jesus Christ and their love for his people. Yes, he was thanking them, he was appreciating them, was being grateful because, he preached to them and they were doing a great job showing the faith, proving the faith of God, and also showing his love to his people. Colossians chapter 1, verse 3 to 6. As Christians, it's important for us to have faith and to show love. Next question. In which book of the Bible are these words found? Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Psalms, Proverbs, Jeremiah, Isaiah. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your heart upon your bed and be still. Psalm, Proverbs, Jeremiah, Isaiah. Computing the answers. Okay. We have our answer. Psalm, the book of Psalm. Psalm, yes, specifically in Psalm chapter 4, verse 4. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Commune with your own heart. Stand in awe. We should always stand in awe of Christ, of God. When we do that, we find it difficult, to sin against him. We find it difficult to allow sin into our lives. So let's always stand in awe of our Maker and striving to be perfect. All right, moving on. How many books of the Bible are associated with Easter? 2, 6, 4, 8. It's the Easter season, so just enjoy the questions. How many books of the Bible are associated with Easter? 2, 6, 4, 8. Computing the answers. Computing the answers. 4. Yeah, 4. And they are called the Gospels. That's the book of Matthew, the book of Mark, the book of Luke, and the book of John. If you are conversant with your Bible, you will know that these 4 books recorded the Last Supper, it recorded the arrest of Jesus Christ, it recorded the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and it also recorded the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So if you really need to have an understanding of the death of Jesus Christ until his resurrection, then you have to go through the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to have a great understanding of this event. Next question. Which of these precious stones, question 18, was not a part of the New Jerusalem as recorded in Revelation? Sapphire, emerald, diamond, amethyst. Sapphire, emerald, diamond, amethyst. Computing the answers now. We are almost done. We are almost there. We are almost done. We are almost there. All right, we have our answer, diamond. The answer is diamond. Diamond is not part of the precious stone to build the foundations of the New Jerusalem. And that's in Revelation chapter 21, verse 19 to 20. Yeah, the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. Diamond is not one of them. We have jasper, we have sapphire, we have chalcedony, we have emerald, we have sardonyx, we have sardius, we have chrysolite, beryl, topaz, chrysoparos or chrysoprasus, jacinth, and amethyst. Okay, all right, it's all good for the beauty of the New Jerusalem. Next question. Daniel asked the guard to test him and his friends on their new diet to see if they looked healthy for how many days? 77 days, 30 days, 14 days, 10 days. Daniel asked the guard to test him and his friends on their new diet to see if they looked healthy for how many days? 77 days, 30 days, 14 days, 10 days. Computing the answer. 10 days, yes. 10 days. So Daniel asked the guard when King Nebuchadnezzar ordered that they take all the princes from Israel, and feed them so that they grow well and grow healthy. But Daniel asked, he found favor in the sight of the prince of the eunuchs and asked him to test them for 10 days with their own diet rather than the king's diet and see if they looked healthy. And of course, they looked healthier, fairer than the rest of all that were called together to be fed. That's in Daniel chapter 1 from verse 8 to 16. Okay, are you ready for the last question? Question number 20. Worship the Lord your God and serve him only, as quoted by Jesus when he was being tempted by the devil, can also be found in what book of the Old Testament? Numbers, Leviticus, Exodus, Deuteronomy. Worship the Lord your God and serve him only, as quoted by Jesus when he was being tempted by the devil, can also be found in what book of the Old Testament? Numbers, Leviticus, Exodus, Deuteronomy. It's computing the answers now. Computing the final answers. Yeah, Deuteronomy is our answer. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 13. That is where you can also find worship the Lord your God and only him shall you serve. This can also be found in Matthew chapter 4 verse 4, during the time that the devil was tempting Jesus. Yeah. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to know our winners for tonight? Okay. I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. He's going to be winning this show tonight. Who is going home with 10,000 naira? Who is going home with 7,500 naira? And who is going home with 5,000 naira? I have an idea already. So are you ready? 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 Okay. So we are counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, we have our winners here, and we have our first prize winner as Emmanuel Ojo Chenemi. And our second, I'm not familiar with this name because I don't have you registered. We have our second prize winner as Nathaniel Oyelola, winning for himself 7,500 naira. And we have Abisola Ahmed as our third prize winner, winning for herself 5,000 naira. Okay, so for our first prize winner, what do we do to your case now? Because we don't know if you have registered before now. I'm not familiar with this name, except you registered with another name entirely, or you probably sent in your screenshot during the show. I don't know what to say. All right. Okay. All right. So I guess we would have to sort that out after the show. I'll have to check through our messages and see probably if I've missed, that name as part of the participants. Okay, so thank you so much. Congratulations to all our winners for today. Congratulations to you all. And, thank you all for all our participants, for joining us tonight, for being a part of us always and always and always. And so next month, the month of May, is going to be another wonderful time here again. So I want you to get yourself prepared. I want you to also get as many people as possible. Get them invited to join and participate in this show. You have a long time to do that. So congratulations once again. Thank you all. God bless you. We'll see you again next month. And of course, we'll communicate the details and the dates to you as usual. Have a wonderful, blessed week. I remain your host, Toluwalokpe Toluwase. God bless you.